Well, what is up, LifeSpring? I hope you guys are doing well. You may be asking, why are you in a car? And part of it is just because of the nature of my week, because of when I'm doing this video, I'm in the process of moving. So sometimes you have to do something different, so I'm doing something different. Speaking of something different, we'll talk about something different that I want to challenge all of you guys to a little later on. But first off, I did want to just take a second and say a couple months ago, we decided that we would send out one of these videos about every other month just to our partners, just to celebrate some of the things that God is doing, remind ourselves of what it means to be a partner, and also to challenge you guys or encourage you guys with something the Lord is teaching me. So last time we sent one of these videos was the beginning of September. Since then, we had in my mind what was probably the most awesome Sunday ever in the history of our church. That was September the 12th, where we baptized 10 people. The cool thing is 6 of those folks gave their life to Christ that day. That was awesome. And my favorite story out of the whole thing, we baptized a young lady named Sierra. She had actually given her life to Christ the weekend before. She invited her boyfriend Britt, who'd never been to church, and he gives his life to Christ and gets baptized in the same day. That is why we do what we do. That's what we envisioned when we started LifeSpring about 5 years ago. And speaking of 5 years ago, we celebrated our 5-year anniversary, and that's pretty awesome. And I especially want to say to the 25 or so of you that, man, you were there day one, you were there before day one. Thank you for your faithfulness and your commitment and the sacrifices you've made from a time standpoint, from a generosity standpoint. Man, thank you for sticking with us these 5 years. You've been through it all. You've been through the pre-launch days. You've been through portable church at Johnston Community College. You've been through renovating a facility. You've been through a pandemic with all the ups and downs in that, and now starting to come through the other side of it. Thank you for your faithfulness over 5 years, and to all you guys, those who came on a little later, those who came on more recently. Thank you for your continued faithfulness in serving the Lord through LifeSpring Church. And that's really what it's about when it comes to being a partner. We're not, the reason we always chose to use the term partner instead of member is because we're not part of an elite class or an elite club or a privileged group of people. We are part of a group of people who have partnered together, who have committed to doing whatever it takes to see the mission of God accomplished through the local church. And that's what partnering is all about. So with that, one thing I wanted to encourage you guys with, as far as doing something different, is to think about this. If you are a partner, which all of you watching this video are, then you are a member of our hospitality team. You might say, what does that mean? Well, our hospitality team exists to really create a warm and welcoming environment, and typically it's all the extroverts that end up on those teams. But I want to challenge all you guys that are partners. Let's take it all upon ourselves on Sunday mornings to put the phones away when we walk in, to have our eyes up, and to choose to engage people in conversation, especially people we don't know. You might say that is terrifying. I know, but here's what I know that is also true. And I'm an introvert, and I would prefer to be by myself most of the time anyway, so I get it. I've learned that deep inside, all of us have a desire to be known by people. We all have a desire for relationships, and we all have a desire to know that other people care. So here's what I really want to challenge you, doing something different. Make it your point as we head into the final couple months of the year. When you show up early. You see somebody sitting down in the auditorium, go and strike up a conversation. Just introduce yourself. Just talk for a few minutes. Don't try to rush through the conversation. You don't have to accomplish anything. But the one thing I do want to specifically challenge you to do is this. When you end the conversation, end it like this. Before we get started this morning, is there any particular way you would like for me to pray for you? You might say, that's got to be really awkward. Maybe, probably, for you and for them. But think about it in a different way. Think about it in a different way. People that are checking out a church, especially for the first time, they are determining their first impression. Many people, in fact, make a decision whether or not to come back before a word is even spoken from whoever happens to be preaching. And the cliche is true. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. How much care would it communicate to people if somebody that they maybe didn't even know was to say before things even got started, hey, I care enough to stop and then just to ask if there's anything I can pray about for you in your life. And I don't think people will be surprised by that necessarily. They're in a church after all, and these are things we maybe should be doing. But I want to challenge you and encourage you to take that step, and all of us be a part of creating a welcoming, warm, caring home and family. Like we always say, LifeSpring Church is a family, and families care for each other. So I want to challenge you guys towards that. Next couple of months coming up, December 22nd is our Christmas gathering. There will be one of them this year. We'll let you know the time a little later on. And on the 1st of December, our annual Christmas offering opens. We're going to be doing something really exciting with it this year, and we'll have more details about that coming forth in the newsletter and when we talk about this on Sunday morning. Thank you so much for taking just about 5 minutes to connect through video or hear me talk. Hopefully this was helpful. But I just want to say I love you guys deeply. I appreciate all of y'all. I'm honored that you would trust me to be one of your pastors. And I cannot wait to see what the future holds. I love all y'all. Y'all have an awesome week. And this Sunday, we are starting a brand new series called Unclogged. I have literally never been more excited for a series in my life. So we will see y'all then. Y'all have an awesome time, and I'll see y'all Sunday. Love y'all. Take care.